So every now and then I like to go back and check out some old 2000s movies. And almost every time I do, I end up liking them way more than I thought I would. Like, of course, Mean Girls is a classic, right? But like Sky High, Coraline, Jennifer's Body, like all these movies are so good. Why didn't anybody tell me? And so continuing on today, I wanted to check out School of Rock, the classic 2003 Jack Black movie. Now, I remember watching this movie back when I was like 14 or so, and I think I liked it well enough back then. But now that I'm much older and much less mature, probably. So let's see how it stands up against my rigorous, pristine movie taste. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Skillshare. Somehow, we're already a third of the way through 2023. What? And maybe you still haven't gotten around to doing your New Year's resolution of learning a new skill this year. Cause like, how do you even start? What do? You wanna learn like literally any music instrument? Self-improvement techniques like journaling or how to get over a creative slump? You wanna learn how to make cool stuff for weddings that your friends are definitely gonna be jealous of? Well, wouldn't you know, you could learn almost anything on Skillshare. Now, some of you may know, I used to make a lot of video essays on this channel before I started this animation stuff. And I'll tell you right now, true story, I first learned how to do motion graphics and how to use Adobe After Effects from Skillshare. And then I took what I learned from that and applied it to animation, and now here we all are. So, thanks, Skillshare. Right now, Skillshare has a special offer for all of you, okay? The first 1,000 people who join Skillshare using my link, you get 1 month of Skillshare for free. Okay, so let's say you do Skillshare for like an hour a day. That's 30 hours of classes you could get for free. So if this interests you, I highly recommend you click my link down below, sign up to Skillshare, and start learning something new today. Okay, back to the show. So we start off with our main character, Dewey Finn. Dewey is basically a washed-up nobody who's been chasing the dream of being a rock star for the last, like, basically his entire life. And it's going well.
What is it?
Dewey, hey, it's the first of the month, and I would like your share of the rent now, please.
Oh man, you know I don't have it. You wake me up for that? Come on.
I mean, you owe me a lot of money as it is.
Yeah, try $2,200.
Okay. Oh my goodness, wow, he hasn't paid rent in so long he owes $2,000? In New York City? I mean, $2,200 is like 1 week sleeping in some dude's bathtub these days.
Mommy, could we please talk about this later?
No, we can't talk about it later because Ned and I have to go to work. We have jobs. I am an assistant to the mayor of the city. Hello?
What? Could you get her out of here, please? Why? Why her?
And Ned has the most important job there is.
Yeah, like telling me I'm pretty and listening to me talk about how hot Chris Hemsworth is, but you better not tell me how much you like Margot Robbie or else it's the doghouse for you, Ned. I'm such a catch.
Ned has the most important job there is.
Temping?
Dewey, a substitute teacher is not a temp.
Dude, I've been mooching off you for years, and it's never been a problem until she showed up. Just dump her, man.
Come on, man. What do you mean you're tired of paying twice the rent for half the space? Cut me some slack. I have early stage onset glaucoma or something, probably.
If you don't come up with some money, she's gonna dump me. She's fed up.
Really? Because that would be a good thing. She's a nightmare.
Come on! I may never have another girlfriend. I mean, just come on! Come up with some money, please!
Yeah, okay, to be fair, I get that, Ned. I mean, like, come on. How do these two even meet? Well, hey, if I'm gonna be disappointed, at least I'll see it coming this time. Anyway, so Dewey's kind of starting to freak out a little bit because, you know, the well of free room and board is drying up, and the world doesn't care about the music anymore, man. I mean, come on, what's he supposed to do? You know, get one of those fake project manager jobs where you send like 3 emails a day and then make a bunch of spreadsheets that no one cares about anyway? And right then, the landline phone with like a 6-mile-long cord rings and changes everything forever.
Yeah.
Is this Mr. Schneebly?
Nah, he's not here.
Oh, could you take a message for me?
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell him this is Cinnamon and he might want to get tested.
And we're having a little emergency here. And all of our subs are already working. Pat Wickham at Milton Prep recommended I give Mr. Schneebly a call. Do you know if he's available?
just standing here talking on the phone like a very normal person.
Mm-hmm. So how much are we talking here?
We pay our substitutes $650 a week.
$650 a week in 2003? Well, hot dog. That's like $1,100 a week in 2023 money. Hey, that's not that bad actually. How much do substitute teachers make in New York City these days? Let's see here. $135 a day times 5 days a week. That's $675 a week. Huh. Wow, in 20 years, the pay has gone up $25. Wow, good thing rent and food prices have also not gone up at all in the last 20 years, or else this would be a little crazy now, wouldn't it? Anyway, so Dewey gets this genius idea to pretend to be Ned and take his job so he can earn some quick cash to pay rent and get Ned and the old ball and chain out of his face, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, what could possibly go wrong?
This is considered the best elementary school in the state, and we maintain that reputation by adhering to a strict code of conduct, faculty included.
Because I'm a hard ass, and if a kid gets out of line, I got no problem smacking him in the head.
No, we don't use corporal punishment here.
Okay, so just verbal abuse?
No, we let the parents do that so the kids grow up and leave, and then the parents wonder why their kids never call them or want to talk to them anymore. And so, yeah, thanks to the power of wacky coincidences, Dewey Finn is now Ned Schneebly, substitute teacher extraordinaire. But as you might imagine, being a wannabe rock star / current burnout, class goes a little bit differently than what the kids might be used to.
Okay, who's got food in here? You're not gonna get in trouble. I'm hungry. You. What do you got?
Okay, I'm sorry, but like, I just want to give a quick shout out to Dewey's absurdly large pants. Like, this dude showed up to work today wearing Jenkos. What is this?
Yeah. Okay. Teach. All right, look. Here's the deal. I've got a hangover.
So I hope you like movies, kids, because guess what? We're watching Fern Gully on repeat for the next 6 hours.
We'll start on this crapola tomorrow. Yes, Tinkerbell.
Summer, as class factotum, first I'd like to just say, welcome to Horse Grade.
Oh, is that a little tiny baby Miranda Cosgrove? How'd she get so small?
Usually now Miss Dunham teaches vocabulary, then gives us a pop quiz. Then she'll split us up into our reading groups. Track B is reading.
Okay, hey. Miss Dumbbum ain't your teacher today? I am. And I got a headache and the runs. So I say, time for recess.
But you know, to be fair, okay, Dewey's just saying all the stuff teachers wish they could. You know, hey kids, so my wife's banging my best friend and I had to move out, but my salary hasn't gone up in like 15 years, so I can't even afford it. And there's kids on TikTok becoming millionaires by doing the hand jive, so like literally, why am I even trying to teach you anything anyway? So, yeah, who wants to watch Newsies again? Now, Summer's a little taken aback here because she's so used to being, like, at the top of the class, you know, and now suddenly there's a sub here who tells them to just, like, do whatever, no class, no one cares.
That poster charts everyone's performance. We get gold stars when we master the material covered in class. How do we get gold stars if we just have recess?
There will be no grades or gold stars or demerits.
You know, slight tangent here, but like I've always thought it was kind of funny how older people always bring up like millennials and their participation trophies and all that stuff, but like I never knew a single kid who ever asked for one. Like adults just started handing them out, and then 20 years later the same adults are like, oh, you young people are getting all these things that you never asked for, but we all gave you anyway, and now I'm mad at you for it for some reason. How come my kids don't call me anymore? But all the same, after giving the kids recess for the rest of the day, Dewey goes home and we get to learn a little more about the deep Dewey Ned lore that I know you've been craving.
Yes, you can be in my band, but Ned, no power plays, man.
No thanks.
You're not a teacher, Ned. You're the cross-dressing, blood-sucking incubus from maggot death. That's the real you!
Wait, what? The cross-dressing, blood-sucking incubus from maggot death. You know, music people really used to be something else. Like, they all used to be demonic, eldritch gods of darkness, and now everyone just kind of looks like the walls at every gas station bathroom. Actually, you know, now that I see them all together like this, maybe things haven't really changed all that much, so never mind, forget what I just said.
That's the real you!
Dewey, I'm not a satanic sex god anymore.
Oh, if I had a nickel for every time I said that. And then, of course, his girlfriend Patty's just over here like, well, let's not be so quick to throw that one away, Ned.
Get a job.
I got a job.
Got a job. Doing what?
I do what Ned does. I'm temping.
I'm not a temp, I'm a sub.
I mean, don't you miss rocking out?
Maybe it's time to give up those dreams.
So yeah, Dewey is once again feeling like his life is going nowhere. He was kicked out of his band. He's doing this lame teaching job just so he doesn't end up homeless, you know? And like his best friend is now a turncoat for the man and his ridiculously out of his league girlfriend. And so yeah, he's just kind of starting to feel like, what's the point of doing anything anymore?
Are you gonna teach us anything, or are we just gonna sit here?
Just do whatever you want.
I want to learn from my teacher.
What, you want to learn something?
Yes, I do.
All right, here's a useful lesson for you. Give up. Just quit. Because in this life, you can't win.
So then he goes on this like tirade for 5 minutes about how the world is just gonna beat you down and nothing's ever gonna go the way you want, so don't even try. And you know, just preparing these kids for all the years of Linkin Park and Simple Plan they're about to start making their entire personalities. So after this, the kids have music class, and Dewey overhears them playing and realizes that he could use them to form his own band and potentially play at the Battle of the Bands competition and maybe win some money, you know? I mean, hey, there's nothing more punk rock than child labor, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's time we started our new class project. Rock band. It will test your head and your mind and your brain. 2. You could say that every school in the state will be competing for the top prize. A win will go on your permanent record. Hello, Harvard, yo.
Ah, yes, the old permanent record line. Gets them every time. Although, ironically enough, kids have actually made their own permanent records now just by posting anything and everything on the internet. Like, they're all gonna grow up and try and get jobs, and then it's just gonna be like, so 2 weeks ago you tweeted, you want to do what to the Trix Rabbit? Anyway, so I'm probably like the millionth person to talk about this or bring this up because this movie's kind of old, but like the next 10 or 15 minutes or so, like it's basically just one long, really fun and compelling way of learning about all 20 of these kids. Like Zach plays the guitar and he's always wanted to play electric guitar, but his dad won't let him. Or Lawrence plays the piano, but he's been taught by society that he's not cool enough to be in a rock band.
I don't think I should be in the band.
Why not?
I'm not cool enough. People in bands are cool. I'm not cool. Nobody ever talks to me.
Well, those days are over, buddy. Because you could be the ugliest sad sack on the planet, but if you're in a rockin' band...
Yeah, I mean, come on, look at Ed Sheeran. Every other song he makes is about how he's picking up all these ladies, and like, that ain't right. And it just kind of goes down the line where he learns a little bit about each character, and Dewey does this in a very inclusive, supportive way, but like, it just kind of comes off so naturally.
You guys are on security detail. Your job is to make sure no one outside this room knows what we're doing in here. The future of the band depends on you. Okay, your first mission? Soundproofing this room.
Can I be the band stylist instead?
Of course you can, Fancy Pants.
Now, this movie came out back in 2003, guys, 20 years ago, and stuff like this was normally used as like a joke, or Dewey, would have been like, uh-oh, it's one of those kids. But like, he doesn't even react in any particular way at all. He's just like, yeah, kid, do what you gotta do. Which I feel like is maybe part of showing his real, like, love of like the real rock and roll, man, where like a big part of it was about acceptance of things that at the time would have been seen as abnormal or strange, So the fact that Dewey's whole thing is about telling these kids to be themselves and just do their thing is not only cool to see in a 2003 movie, but also makes perfect sense for his character, who's all about challenging social norms and sticking it to the man, Or like when this one girl wants to be a singer, but she's too scared to like put herself out there.
They're gonna laugh at me.
What? Why would they laugh at you?
'Cause I'm fat.
You've got something everybody wants. You've got talent, girl. You heard of Aretha Franklin, right? Okay, she's a big lady, but when she starts singing, she blows people's minds. Everybody wants to party with Aretha.
See, this is what I mean. It's just like one of the most self-affirming, positive kids movies, and it does it in such a organic, natural way. Like, I've watched a lot of kids movies over the years for this channel, as you all know. And like, it's always so corny and ham-fisted, It's like, hey, this is the message of the movie. Do you get it? How do you get it, kids? Do you get it? Really, I think you can chalk it up to Jack Black just being like so perfect for this role. I remember once I saw a joke somewhere on the internet about how Jack Black is the one person who just needs like no context, Like if I was abducted on like an alien spaceship or something and Jack Black just ran down the hall playing the bongos, you'd just be like, yeah, it checks out. Anyway, so the next chunk of the movie is Dewey teaching the kids how to be rock stars and getting a show ready for the upcoming Battle of the Bands audition. But because getting away from school with like 20 kids is not as easy as you'd think, apparently, they end up missing their time slot and it's too late.
Then we shouldn't take no for an answer.
Don't take no for that. Did you see? He was gonna call the fuzz.
I have an idea.
I told the kids if they practiced, they'd get into Battle of the Bands. They're terminal. Every last one of them.
Wait, this was her idea? Hey, Mr. S, I got the perfect idea. Just go tell him that we're all dying from bone cancer or something. The heck is wrong with you? Anyway, so long story short, they end up getting a slot in the Battle of the Bands. And everything looks like it's going perfect. Dewey has a job, sorta. He can pay rent. He's making music. But of course, everything has to come crashing down at some point when Ned gets a check from the school that Dewey's teaching at.
I got a check from Horace Green Prep for $1,200. I've never even worked there. Hi, this is Ned Schneebly. Dewey, what's going on?
And so it all comes to a head during the parent-teacher conference thing that happens that same night when Dewey's trying to like tell the parents all the stuff he's been teaching them the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, math, English,
Texas Hold'em, French fries at a buffet or a trap because they're the cheapest thing there and they fill you up too much so you don't get to eat enough of the good stuff. And Alex from Totally Spies is the hottest one by far. But I'm only talking about seasons 5 and 6, okay? Don't make it weird. And that's when the cops show up because, what do you know? Of course Patty's there. Of course she is. Thanks for nothing, Ned. Blood-sucking incubus? Yeah, more like, you totally suck, you bus. Got him.
My name is Dewey Finn. And no, I'm not a licensed teacher, but I have been touched by your kids. And I'm pretty sure I've touched them.
So somehow he's not arrested, but obviously he's out of a job and he's never going to be able to take the kids to the Battle of the Bands, which they were all really excited about. And then, of course, what do you know? The kids commandeer a bus and then go to his house to pick him up anyway.
How'd you guys get in here?
Front door was open. We did what you told us. We stuck it to the man.
Forget about what I told you. Look, I'm a loser. Okay?
Look out the window.
And so Dewey and the kids head on down to the Battle of the Bands, and the kids' parents chase after them because, you know, to be fair, this is a very, very odd situation. But then they hear the kids playing all that rock and roll music, and they learn the same lesson every parent learns in these kinds of movies, you know, where it's like, oh, wait a minute, maybe kids like having fun? I used to be fun once, but then I started working a corporate job where the most exciting thing I get to do is schedule meetings for no particular reason, and now everyone must suffer with me. And so in the end, they don't win the Battle of the Bands because this is 2003 and everyone's really into music that sounds like... Does your mom make you clean your room? Do you just want to sleep till noon? She's always trying to have a relationship with you. Grouse! Jeez, Mom, don't you know that I gotta meet up with my friends at Hot Topic? Can I have like $60? She won't let you tattoo your neck, but thankfully cell phones don't exist yet. How are you supposed to survive? She's mad that your boyfriend's 25. You gotta move right out of there. Gotta live in his 98 Honda Civic. Oh crap, it broke down on the road. You've got nowhere else to go. Probably shouldn't have run right out of there. Maybe should have thought about this for like more than a minute. But Dewey does get to open his own after-school music program where he teaches kids music and rocks out with his band and somehow evades felony charges for everything that just happened. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. Yeah, so I gotta say, this is probably the most wholesome movie about an alcoholic man who kidnaps children that I've ever seen. But jokes aside, I feel like I keep saying this about most of these movies that came out around the same time, but like, it just holds up so well. Like, it could have been so cheesy and corny, and like, if this was made today, you know it definitely would be. But something about the way it's written, Jack Black just being Jack Black the whole time, like, the movie's not trying to be a kid's movie per se, but it's just about kids and like, I don't know, it's just so watchable. Like, how is this movie still so good? Although it is a little weird how we're supposed to be against Patty and her reign of terror on Dewey, even though she's totally right the whole time. Like, Dewey hasn't paid rent in like ever. He's been mooching off Ned and then impersonates him as a teacher at a school. Like, she's right about everything this entire movie. But yeah, I mean, the whole premise is completely insane. But even 20 years later, I still think this movie's incredible. I think it's even better than it was back then, to be honest. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell, leave a like, leave a comment, all that stuff. Send me an email at alexmyerscontact@gmail.com and let me know what movies or TV shows you think I should check out next. And above all, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.